Okay, let's talk about the future because you should know where we're going and what, if anything, you can do about it. You should also understand what is being said in the media and by tech CEOs to Congress. All is not as it appears on the surface, and yes, you are being played somewhat. But most importantly is that no one, including me, can predict the future with certainty. And then there's the whole garbage in from everywhere is not helping. And believe you me, we're getting garbage from everywhere. So deep learning will continue to grow and evolve and get deeper, especially as we begin to move into artificial contextual comprehension, or what's called cognitive AI. Now, reinforcement learning will continue, but it will morph into self-aware goal setting and automated reinforcement, that i.e. by other AI systems. AI will effectively learn to optimize training of other AI systems. Now, AIs will eventually determine their own goals, i.e. these are steps on the path to artificial self-realization and self-awareness. And then they will learn to achieve those goals on their own, just like we humans do. And this will lead to GUSLs, or general unsupervised self-learning neural networks. These are neural networks that sort of run by themselves and set their own goals, where the neural net improves itself, a la ChatGPT's attempts at AI self-improvement currently today. Now, basically, AI systems will do everything we humans do to progress through life. We will see a continued improvement in more complex and more efficient models. And we will seek to find explainability for what the AI systems are doing so we humans can learn too. Human work will move to new areas like ethics and risk governance and orchestrating or conducting AIs and away from more manual jobs. There will still be tech jobs, but they will be much higher level and will lever AI coding. You're already on this path by attending this boot camp, so you're already cognizant that things are going to change. There are, however, still many more steps to go to become an effective AI leader. Now, we will need to continue to push advanced AI from the giant server farms to the edge in autonomous vehicles and systems, robots, phones, personal systems for education, health, etc. And that's going to be an ongoing thing. And AI access needs to move from the lab and giant tech corps and into the hands of the masses to lift us to the next stage of our evolution as a species, just like cars did way back when they were introduced. It will happen. It's not if it will happen, it's more like when it will happen. So when depends on how many roadblocks are thrown in front of innovation by governments and those elites who want to own everything. The impact of AI is already here. It's right now. And we are all sort of woefully ignorant of the full impact. We are also falling behind in schooling and wealth sharing and fair governance and human rights, etc. And AI is currently not helping. But what we can see is that the impact of AI will be immense. That's the one thing we do know for certain. And destructive if we only allow the elite to secretly decide what happens. We need to be open, transparent, and honest about this stuff. Now, the elite did a poor job so far by, polluting and slaughtering the earth up to this point over the last 2,000 years and never quite ever getting rid of violence. They basically don't have the best history nor any trust. So the question is, will this change for the better with AI or get worse with AI? Now that you will need to decide on your own. Now, we're in the camp of AI as a necessity to solve the problems we humans can't or refuse to solve, like violence, greed, hate, sustainability. We also believe AI will advance human evolution and intelligence rapidly, which is a good thing for various reasons. Now, concerns include, but are not limited to, employment losses, violence by AI owners, in that example, countries and governments who will use AI to subjugate populations as we see in the world already, subjugation by AI owners to remove our freedoms and wealth for their own benefit, a growing AI wealth gap, and by wealth we mean both dollars and knowledge, especially affecting the poor and the undereducated. Bias in the end of personal freedom, that's Orwell's 1984, which is pretty well already here, like suppressing free speech. But AIs also provide hope that they can return freedoms and balance to the world that will reduce incidents of hate and trauma that lead to violence, and they'll balance resources without negatively impacting our current lifestyles. That's the promise and hope of AI. It's a two-sided coin, though. However, we humans could save ourselves using AI to be more sustainable, explore space, improve and evolve our cognition, create better, less manual jobs, save more lives, rebalance the wealth gap and violence, security and balance, live longer and healthier, be more fair and equitable, etc., etc., etc. The biggest problem is not AI, but the humans who build and use it, and what they will use it for. How will they override their own sense of greed? How will they share fairly with others? How will they overcome their survival at any cost instinct, our basic human instinct? And how will we ensure bias is removed from the systems, since we can't seem to remove it from our society? How do we ensure that the AI others build is not flawed enough to become a threat to our very existence? A bigger question is, can we survive a flawed AI that suddenly develops personal self-awareness and learns to survive at any cost, just like us humans? Another problem is that AI systems can ingest any data that exists, and everything written is out there waiting for them to ingest and learn from both good and bad, including plans and pathways to build superintelligence, complete with how to build self-awareness and why one would do so. We have already opened Pandora's box. Now we must evolve. All of these concerns are solvable, just like any problem. Whether we can do it resides with each of you and how you view those who build and control AI. However, the seeds of the destruction of humanity also resides with humans. The question is, will we ever be intelligent enough to do the right thing regardless of what that is? Will AI be our salvation or our destruction? So enough philosophy. And this is where we'll be deep diving this afternoon.